Hi, today we will make 5-star rating system in PHP with jQuery plugin. So before to write a code, let me show you a quick demo and then we will write a code. So here is my post PUBG using htaccess BlueStack Avada theme download farming simulator. There is a lots of my post and bottom of that, as you can see, there are stars, which is 5 stars. When you give a rate to this post, you can I'm giving 4 and its average rating is 4. When you refresh, it still will be same. So let's make it this one. Its average rating is 2 and it's 4. Average rating is 4. This is called a star rating system. So before to write code, I want to show you my tables of my database tables, and there's a two tables, which is my post and post rating. So let me show you my post. And my post have a two fields, id and title, and id is simply auto incremented and title just simply your post titles. And post rating, let me show you post rating, and post rating have a id, user id, post id, rating and timestamp, right? So these are the fields of my tables. Let's make a let's write a code and make this 5-star rating in PHP. So currently I'm in htdoc and I will create a project it here, but I will not create a project, just already I have a which is PHP tutorial. So I'll show you line by line and we will understand each line of code, right? So first let's see init.php. Let's drag it here and drop it here, and let's close all my previous files. Okay, let's put it again, drag it here and drop it here. And here is just simply database connections. Host name is localhost, which is server name. Username, my username is root. Password is blank because I'm working on localhost, so I didn't set my password there. And db name is demo, as you can see here is db name is demo, right? And simply I just make the object of this MySQL iConnect function. This is con, and it takes 4 parameters: host name, username, password and db name. And db name is my demo, right? And if connection is not established, means if you have a problem of your username password, it will die your page and it will show a specific error why your connection is not established using MySQL iConnect errors. So let's close this file and make it index.php. Let's drag it here and drop it here. Let me zoom in so you can see clearly, right? So let's zoom in more. Yeah, so here I have included my init.php file, which is database connection. You can include top of this page, right? And simply we have a doc type, bottom of that HTML and head tag. If you don't know, you can check out my HTML tutorial. There I have explained lots of things related to HTML, right? And here is a title tag. Let me zoom out, and simply I have added bootstrap CDN file. Let me zoom out. Yeah, and this is a CDN file of bootstrap. You can get from here, bootstrap CDN, and you can get from here, and there is a many places you can get bootstrap CDN files. So I'll recommend you here, you can copy and paste it here, right? So this is a bootstrap, and bottom of that here I have included this plugin, which is font awesome star.css, right? And this file I have inside star rating folder, and this folder also have a parent which is plugins. So let me show you this is plugins, and have one more folder which is star rating, and have plugins which is font awesome test star.css. So if you have any question how we can download, so here is a simply link I'll give in a description. So you just simply go to here and you can download these files from dist, and here is a plugin theme, and here is a font awesome, I think this one, font awesome stars.css, right? And simply I have added here a jQuery, and then again I have added my jQuery plugin, which is 5-star rating plugin, which is jQuery par rating.min.js, and this plugin have inside star rating and star rating folder directory, also have a parent directory which is plugins. Let me show you here, plugins star rating, and here is a jQuery par rating.min.js. so these are the files we have included inside a head section. Let me remove the spaces so you will be more clear, you will understand more clearly, right? So this is head tag, and these are the plugins which we have included using CDNs, right? And I'll show you this JavaScript in a minute. Okay, so let's close this from here. Let's first understand HTMLs. So here is a div tag, and after div we have another div which is post text, right? And inside we are echoing our titles of our post. Let me show you, these are the titles, my post, and these are the titles, all the posts I am showing it here. Okay, and there is another div which is post action, right? And here bottom of that we have a select tag and have a class rating, id is rating underscore, and whatever id post have. So this is a post id, and this post id is simply this one, these ids 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and whatever id your post have, and data id, and data id we will get this data id in a jQuery of this id of the post. So rating underscore post id, and whatever post id, so it will be looks like, let me show you, if your id have post is 1 it will be 1, if your id is 2 it will be 2, and if your id of post is 3 it will be post. So it will looks like, right? So select tag we have understood, and there is a option tag and its value is 1, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 sorry 1 2 3 4 5, so there are the 5, it will create 5 stars like this. Where it is, yeah, it will stars 1 2 3 4 5, right? 1 2 3 4 and 5, it will create your stars, right? And bottom of that we have a average rating, and average rating is simply this one, average rating, and whatever your average rating is 4.0 and whatever 2.0 and whatever your average rating of your post, right? And we will show it here. So this is span tag and average rating, and whatever post id is here. Okay, average rating and whatever post id, I will show you in a minute how we can get post id, and we are showing average rating. So let's understand average rating. So here is a variable average rating, right? So let's scroll up, and here is a average rating. So this is a code for getting average rating. This is a variable, and just simply I have written the query for getting average rating. So this code will gives average rating, right? And this average rating we are putting this variable it here, right? and if post doesn't have any rates, let me show you, it will show no rating at, no rating at, no rating at. So if average rating is less than 0, so this is average rating, it's less than 0, so we can show average rating is no rating at. So average rating we can show here, right? And let me show you a rating, right? So here is a function, here is a JavaScript, sorry, and document.ready function, right? So this is for load, make a ready of your JavaScript, jQuery, sorry. And here is just simply I'm targeting ID of ratings, so hashtag ratings underscore post ID, and this is just simply here ratings and post ID and post ID, and we are calling the function which is bar rating, and this is a function of this plugin, right? Bar jQuery bar rating, we are calling this function bar rating, and we are setting whatever rates you have of your post. So this is bar rating, and set, we are setting whatever rating you have. So this variable, how we can get ratings, so just understand this one, let me show you ratings. So here is a code, here to here, to get the ratings, current ratings, right? Whatever ratings you have, means suppose you have 4 stars, what when you refresh it have 4 stars, you have 2 stars, and if you change to 5 stars, so this is a user rating, and we will show these ratings to in a star, right? So this is a code for getting ratings, and this is a variable we are getting, we are fetching ratings from MySQL database table, right? And simply let's understand ID, post ID, this is a post ID. So just so I have written query it here, select all from my post, and my post is a table of my database, as you can see my post, and we are selecting all the ID, title, and if you have any more fields it here, maybe a description and meta text, meta description, and maybe more fields, it will gives all the datas of my post. And we are query MySQL iQuery connection and query, and we are getting all the datas while loop, using while loop, right? So this is a post ID and this is a title. So post ID, this is row, and we are getting ID, and this ID is exactly same as this ID, and title is exactly same, this title is exactly same to this title, and we are storing inside a title and post ID. So now you have understood post ID we are getting from here, right? So one more thing I want to show you, which is our JavaScript file, right? Without without a JavaScript, it will not save our ratings in our database. Okay, so when you press, it will not save, right? It will not save your ratings in a database. For that we need to send a request to PHP jQuery, right? So let me show you a JavaScript too. So here is also document.write function to make a ready of your jQuery, and dot rating, and have a function which is bar rating we are calling again this function have, and it has some properties like a theme is found or some stars on select, means so when you select like this, select, okay, this will be called. An element is this whatever element, and whatever like you are selecting to this post, okay, whatever element, and we are targeting to element by id, document dot get element by id. It is this line of code is exactly same like that. Okay, so it's pretty simple. So let's understand important parts of this file of this code. So this is a URL, we are sending a request, whatever value you are selecting, whatever stars you are giving, rating you are giving to the post, it will send the rating, right rating value to this file, which is rating.php. If you don't know Ajax, you can check out my previous videos where I have explained uh, how we can work on jQuery Ajax, right? So its method is post, so type is post, and data we are sending post id and ratings, right? Post id is whatever post id means, suppose PUBG Mobile India, so uh, id of this post may be a 1, this is 2 3 4. We are sending these ids, sorry, we are sending ids to this file rating.php, and rating values whatever value you are giving, 2 4 3 1, whatever value, right? So let's see rating.php. Here is a rating.php. Let's drag it here and drop it here. So let me show you, right? So this is a user id. If you have a login and registration system, you can get this id dynamically, but just for I don't have a login and registration functionality to this application, so we are just putting a static id, and user id is 4, and post id and post rating. So this are the $_post, and this post id is exactly same to this post id, which is this one, and rating is this one, right? So post id and ratings, and we are storing from it here, and here is just for accounting and selecting some datas. Let me zoom out. So check the entry within a table, right? So this is for that. Select count all as a you can give any name. This is my custom name of whatever values we are counting, how much uh, um, post ratings with related to post id and user id, means like if you have a, let me show you this post rating, right? Suppose post id is 1, and another is also 1, 2, another is also 1 suppose, and maybe have a 2 to 5, 5 to 7, and many more post with the id is 1, right? Maybe 30, maybe 20, maybe there is a maybe lots of ids, right? So suppose I'm working on a id 1, right? So this is for just for counting ids, how many ids it will count, and it will show a query, right? And fetch the data, and whatever uh, ids is here of your post. If you have a 7, if you have 6 ids of post 1, right, it will count how many ids of particular post, right? I think you have understood, okay? And if count is equals to 0, it will insert, right? We are inserting post rating, user id, post id, or rating, right? And just simply if have a less than okay, if you have a less than or greater than count, means if you have a doesn't have any id and doesn't you are rating to this post, right, we will update, sorry, update post rating if have a another value not to count 0, and where id is whatever your user id and post id, we will update, right? And here is get average rating, just selecting data for getting average rating, right? Just simply you can copy this code, and all the code okay, I think you have a pretty much you have understood, but don't worry, I'll if you are thinking how we will write a code, this is a long file, this is long code, and maybe more complex to understand, but you can write a comment, and you can follow the link in a video description. So there is also lots of resources related to this 5-star ratings where I have explained more in a depth. in my website, my blog, so you can also learn from there. So pretty much we have done this tutorial of 5-star rating. If you have any questions and doubts, you can write a comment. And guys, if you like, please give a thumbs up. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. So we will see you soon in a next video. Till then, bye, have a nice day, bye bye.